Hello everyone, welcome to September's tarot reading. I can't believe that September is already just around the corner. Or perhaps when you're watching this, it's already September. So for the people who haven't been here before, I will pick from 3. So I will have 3 groups. I don't split them beforehand. I just ask you to see which number you're more drawn to. So number 1, number 2, or number 3. And while I shuffle these, I just want you to sort of close your eyes and think about which number speaks most to you. Also, I have a lovely amethyst cluster that I think amethyst is a very healing stone. So perhaps as September rolls around and, you know, the summer is slowly coming to an end, you need a little touch of healing, perhaps from the summer, perhaps because of the thought of going back to school. So popped it here for a spot of healing. Also, I thought that the lovely sparkles would be very visually pleasing. So, just sort of going to, sometimes I'll plan what the spread is ahead of time. Sometimes the cards will tell me. This time I'm just going to shuffle and see what happens, really. Just spin these. Okay, I'm gonna drop the timestamps down below. I want you to just click on whichever time. Would you like reading 1, reading 2, or reading 3? And if you're reading 1, stay tuned. Hello, group number 1. Just going to start shuffling. See what pops out for you. Just gonna do the 1 card right now. Pop the other cards here. See what is in store for you. So we have 3 of Wands in reverse. So we have the 3 of Wands in reverse. I'm just going to pop that there. So, situations are fraught with communication problems. People at work hamper your progress, and relationships are beset by tension as misunderstandings prevail. It is better to take a stoical attitude than directly confront the situation. Conserve your energies for more fortuitous times. Okay, so perhaps this amethyst was for your healing in particular. It seems as though something difficult is going on with you right now. So let's see how we can turn that around. So the reverse 10 of Cups. So discord abound as friends move away or leave your circle, so your social life feels out of kilter. Perhaps this is where we're having a little bit of. This is to do with the situation problems with number 1. So friends are perhaps leaving your circle because of a miscommunication. So yeah, it says your social life feels out of kilter because friends move away or leave your circle. But alternatively, a disruptive individual is exploiting a social group or family and abusing their generosity. So yes, relationships, this card says, relationships are beset by tension as misunderstandings prevail. So remember, this one says to take a stoical attitude and to conserve your energies. The 10 of Cups says that this should be a temporary irritant. Life will soon return to normal. So I think, listen to what this card says. Ignore the problem, perhaps. Perhaps this is someone who you know to be disruptive, or who you know just perhaps to be a bit of a drama queen. And so you just like let them have their little crazy moment. Maybe the friends that left your social group, or the friends that took a step back from your social group, were like, okay, I realize why this happened, and so now I'm gonna come back because it was just temporary and life will soon return to normal. So perhaps not the best things to hear, but like with the disruption and the communication problems, but good to know that it's only temporary. Okay, let's pull another card. Okay, so this one will be right side up, which is much better. So hopefully this is a resolution card. We have number 3, the Empress. So usually the Empress represents someone, sometimes it's yourself. And her keywords, interestingly, we have harmony, love, fertility, abundance, and productivity. So the Empress is card number 3 in the Major Arcana, which represents productivity, fertility, and maternal care. She is the ultimate maternity symbol, epitomized by the apple tree, and a protector of nature and the earth, which she shields. So the Empress, I said I hoped for, some resolution after the conflict in the communication. So very interesting to read this. The Empress heralds material and domestic comfort, security and protection. The traditional positive associations of motherhood. Maybe that's something that's on your mind. Perhaps not. Perhaps even you feel like you're the mother of the group, which is why the discord in your group has brought you so much struggle and strife. So interestingly, there are some words on here, but I think that's just the way that it's cut, because we have, like, it says offer, and then we have like from. Yeah, it's just, that's pretty cool. I've never noticed that style before, how there are words on these things. That's always interesting to know. Okay, so this is a good card for those with financial problems, as it indicates abundance on both a material and emotional level. The Empress can show the positive influence of a mother figure. Maybe you're not the mum of the group, but the mum of the group is the person who comes back and sorts all this out, sort of points at the people involved and is like, you know what you did, let's move on from this. The Empress can also predict pregnancy and progress in creative projects. I'm guessing it is the latter because of her 2 earlier cards. But it's very possible that you're thinking of having a baby, trying for a baby, maybe even adopting a child, or progress in creative projects, which could easily be something at work, perhaps even something that you enjoy doing as a hobby. Maybe, you know, you've sort of tucked a book away that you've been working on, and you know, take a look at it again and think, well, there's a lot to be done, but I want to do it. I want to see this through. Or maybe you've been putting aside working on painting because things have just been so crazy lately, and maybe you are already a mother and now your kids are back to school, so it's like, yes, I have the time to work on this again. Because I know September is mainly a month where the kids are back at school and parents breathe a collective sigh of relief. Or perhaps you're back at school, perhaps you're an art student and in or of any of the arts, and in the summer you had to do something else and that got pushed aside, and now it's time for you to focus again on that creative project. I'm also going to draw a moon card, a moon oracle card. I'm a big fan of these, and usually if you've been here before, you'll know that usually it tends to wrap things up and sort of, you know, solidify what has happened in the reading. So that'll be interesting. Alright, so here we have moon cards. I like to flip them this way, so something to wrap up. You had some communication problems that you sort of step back from, and they'll work things out, and you know, things will be great in the end. So let's see what jumps out for you to hopefully round that up nicely. Waning moon. Let go of that which is causing you inner turmoil. Now is a time for casting away emotions that are no longer serving you. Perhaps this is to do with your reading, and that you are feeling some inner turmoil due to these disruptions in your life. And I've not placed it here on purpose. I was just looking for somewhere to place it, but I think this seems to be the order of the month of September, we've got trouble, which you need to leave alone. Then it'll, you know, the friend group, and then sort of leave it alone. And then you've got your nice waning moon. Just maybe just let it go, you know, cast away the emotions, let go of the, you know, don't think about it. Just know and have peace of mind that it's going to work itself out. And at the end, you will be the happy empress, just sitting down, chilling on her throne, and with her nice, I've forgotten what these are called, but her nice royal item, and her shield, which she shall use. She'll maybe keep knowing what's happened in the past. Maybe she'll keep that shield there just in case. Notice she isn't holding it. She isn't using it currently to protect her, but she has a hand on it, ready to use when necessary. I think that's something that sort of speaking to me for your reading right now. Keep that shield there just in case. You know, you have at least learned a lesson from this. Keep it there, but you don't need to hold it all the time. Well, I hope that you enjoyed your reading, Group 1, and I look forward to speaking to you again next month. Bye. Hello, Group 2. Just going to shuffle, see what falls out. I'm going to do your reading one by one. So, well, you may have seen that it sort of flipped that way, but I am a flipper this way always, and since that is my intention, this will read just right for you. So we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So Pentacles is usually in reference to money. So beware of an unscrupulous or ineffective business associate. What you assume will be a cooperative venture means you could lose out financially. When reversed, the two can show the foundering of a venture through cash flow problems and worries about money with a partner on a personal level. Now, I know that the energy crisis has been big over here in the UK. There have been rising gas prices, all that sort of fun stuff. So financial difficulties could just be in reference to that. I think, I say just, but it is quite a big, it's definitely on everyone's minds right now. So I think in the UK, prices are due to rise again, which, but yeah, so I think perhaps maybe that's on your mind as we go into the month of September. So let's pull your next card and see just how this is going to resolve itself. Oops, that was a couple, so. Just squish them around. was actually going to reach for a different one, but this guy just like shot into my hand. Oh, the High Priestess in reverse. So the High Priestess represents wisdom, intuition, decisions, secrets, and spirituality. I'm just gonna scooch these over a little. And of course, in reverse, we sort of take the opposite of these meanings. So in the reversed position, the High Priestess warns against heeding bad advice. Someone whom you had thought reliable is not sincere. So again, that was what we had for card number 1. Someone reliable, you know, take them with a pinch of salt. Maybe they don't have your best interests in mind. This one says someone you thought reliable is not sincere. So it's likely you were let down by an authority figure or an older member of the family, or someone who you had been thinking to partner up with in a business adventure. So you could also be rushed, I would definitely think this ties to this one, into making a decision without due consideration. Take your time and choose confidants with care. You know, now that I'm thinking of it, with the money aspect, this could be even you're trying to change your energy supplier because of said issues before. I know that's not entirely relaxing, that's not why you're here, but I'm confident that card number 3, we had something similar for group 1. Numbers 1 and 2 were like, but then number 3 was like, you are sorted, you have everything. We have the healing amethyst right here to help heal you. And we will have a nice card number 3 for you, I feel it. But yes, as I was thinking, perhaps, you know, you're rushing and you're thinking, oh no, I need to change energy suppliers. I need to find the best one before the price cap goes up again. But you're sort of rushing, you're thinking you're running out of time, when it's much better to take a look at all the options available to you. And that's sort of what just popped in my head for you. So take that into consideration if you're thinking about doing that. Group 2. So we're gonna take another card for you. Hopefully this one is a nice resolution. We had this one flip over, and just as the first one did, it flipped that way. But you know, I flipped them the other way. Ace of Swords. Now, I'm slowly getting to know my cards better. And if this means what I think it means, it is exactly what I had been thinking of when I was thinking of resolution for you. The upright ace is an omen of great victory and the success of projects founded on intelligent ideas and practice. So if you remember, one of the High Priestess's representative words was wisdom, but in reverse, we have the opposite of wisdom. We have foolishness, but you know, you were aware of what was coming. You have the advice to take it properly. And now, here you are. The success of projects founded on intelligent ideas. You sort of cast aside the foolishness of card number 2, and you took a more intelligent approach. You pulled from all of your knowledge that you had before, and now you know just what you need to do. The appearance of this card can also show that forceful events, again, I'm thinking of this energy price rise, are about to take you by storm, and that you will need mental alacrity to withstand the pace, so you have your sword. Interestingly, group 1 had a shield, just in case they needed it. You have the sword, just in case you need it, to stand and fight your battle. I think I'm going to take one more card for you. I'm thinking it's not quite a complete picture yet. Just going to move things over so that we can make space for a fourth card. Oops. 2 cards here. Both swords, interestingly. So, not for you though. Alright, here we go. Again, reverse. We flip. You have the Page of Swords. So, interestingly, 2 swords cards. Perhaps ready to take up the fight for you. Page of Swords. The page can bring good tidings and mentors. So interestingly, you were sort of let down by an authority figure here. But this time we have good tidings and mentors. Eager to learn. So we had our intelligence and then previously the lack of wisdom. But we have eager to learn and progress. His intelligence. So perhaps he's sort of assisting you here after the lack of wisdom. Eager to learn and progress. His intelligence shines, and he is a shrewd judge of character. The next sentence. He is no fool. We had wisdom. I used the word foolishness. So very interestingly, these two are looking pretty opposite to each other. We have intelligence and he's no fool. We have a lack of wisdom here, but very interesting. So he is no fool. So the message of this card is to muster your wits. So we had wisdom versus lack of wisdom, and stay one step ahead in disputes and negotiations. Disputes and negotiations. That's exactly what we were talking about. I knew the 3 cards weren't enough. So, yes, there are money trouble. Yes, you're possibly being rushed into making a decision without due consideration, but you have the weapon to tackle it. You have, you are going to muster your wits. You're going to stay one step ahead. And therefore, not be rushed into making this decision that the High Priestess card suggested you might have to make. So, things might seem a little doom and gloom. When are they not? But you have armed yourself. You are ready. You have the sword. Now you are raising the sword. You're prepared. He's not slashing for anything. He is holding it. He is confident that he knows how to use it. He's not getting ready to use it. He's not in a defensive stance. He's not in an offensive stance. He just has the knowledge. He knows what he has, and he knows how to use it. Pick a Moon Oracle card for you just to wrap up your tarot reading for the month of September. So these guys usually don't like to jump out, so I'm just gonna have to see what happens. There we go. That was nice and easy. New moon. The time is ripe for seeking new opportunities. So, interestingly, we spoke of, I sort of interpreted, I may be wrong, it's just the way the cards were speaking to me, but I interpreted this as meaning you're looking for a new energy company, and here we are. The time is ripe for seeking new opportunities. So I think that settles it when we have the new opportunities, and then you have yourself. Remember, as we go through the month, you might be facing these difficult decisions, these people that are not quite so honest, but remember, the whole time you actually have this sword. Maybe something causes you in the month to discover that you had this sword all along. Maybe, at the beginning you're, it's difficult. You don't know. I feel like sometimes we underestimate ourselves and undervalue ourselves. And I think that perhaps is how you feel. Maybe not at the beginning of the month. Maybe it's just something that's a bit cyclical. And it just happens from time to time. And you feel it, and, you forget that you actually have the weapon. You are your own weapon, really. You know yourself better than anyone. You know what you're capable of. And I'm not speaking of with a sword or anything like that. You know what you can do. You know your own power, your own self. You know that there's a sword, something, your sword, perhaps even when we're speaking about wisdom and intelligence, your sword is your knowledge. You know just what you're capable of. You know yourself, as I said, better than anyone. So, like I said earlier in the reading, just to know that you have this sword, you know that you have this knowledge, this wisdom, that's something that's going to empower you. You don't need to use it for it to empower you. You just need to remember about it. Here it is in your hands, just in case. But that's all. You know it's there. And so, consider that as you go through the month of September. Remember that you know yourself better than anyone. Remember that you have this sword, this knowledge, this wisdom, this intelligence, and use it. Even if using it means staying quiet, or it just means taking more time to deliberate something. Just remember that you have it, and remember that you've got this. I hope that you enjoyed your reading, Group 2. I will see you next month. Bye. Hello there, Group number 3. So, let's see what the cards have in store for you. So I've been drawing the cards one by one, and that has seemed to work for the other 2 groups. So let's see what it has going to show you for the month of September. Okay, so we're kind of not getting very much. I like to just sort of spin them. we have the reverse Page of Wands as your first card. So the Page of Wands in reverse, misinformation and doubt. Information is not passed on or the truth is twisted. The page reversed may also show someone who deceives with their charm. So not the best first card for you, but I think I get the feeling that you're someone who already knows about the deception of this person, about how untrustworthy, how unreliable they are. I get the feeling that you're very, what's the word, perceptive when it comes to people. So maybe that's not something to worry about, but perhaps just a warning that this person is going to be around. It's 2 cards, otherwise I would have pulled that out there because it didn't really want to come. Okay, let's spin around. See what is going on here. Okay. They jumped out of my hand. Okay, this guy. So we have an upright one for you. The 9 of Cups. So, in an upright position, the 9 of Cups represents your social life. So yeah, there's this person that deceptive, untrustworthy, unreliable, but you've got the upright 9, which means, interestingly, you have someone about deception, but then this shows the excitement of new friends. So I did get the feeling that you already knew this person. I don't know if they have anything to do with these new friends. If so, keep them apart, like I have here. Draw a line. There we are. I don't know if that worked, actually. I think it worked better that way. I'm not sure. The 9 shows the excitement of new friends, brilliant social events, infectious good humor, and successful or new intimate relationships. Just not this deceptive person. Perhaps this is even an ex, like you're thinking of starting a new relationship and this person's up to no good, sort of coming along like, oh yes, remember me? And you're like, no, I'll have a few drinks and forget all about you. I've got new people now. So stimulating exchange brings about excellent communication, expression, and creativity. This card reveals vitality, security, and even a dream come true. So what a fantastic second card for you there. Now we have your third card, which jumped out straight away. A nice, good to know that it is also an upright card. The Star. The Star. Now, I happen to have my little lapis lazuli star right here, just for you. So the Star, I love this card. The Star, her keywords. I love that you started out with this like horrible, deceptive, disgusting person. Then it's like new relationships. And then the first keyword for the Star is hope. So we have hope, energy, creativity, and guidance. The star shows a naked woman by water pouring from 2 pitchers. Although I'd say they're more like goblets. The stars around her signify imagination and ambition, and the water represents creativity and rebirth, symbolized by the number of the card, 17. A new start and wonderful new energy and opportunities surround you. What did this card say? New energy. This is a fortuitous card for those starting out on projects or relationships, as it indicates a brilliant combination of conscious and unconscious creativity. This is shown on the card by the water flowing on the ground and into the pool. On a practical level, it indicates that you feel energized, emotionally and physically ready to make your dreams a reality. Remember, number 9 said this might also represent a dream come true. So I think that by choosing number 3, you have definitely chosen the best reading. This has been the best one, let's just say. You can skip back to the other 2 if you'd like, but I think you should be happy in your own reading. Now I'm going to finish off with a moon card. We have our star here, but let's go for a moon card. Moon oracle card, I should say. Oh, this one slid right out. Moon totem wolf. Beware of letting your wilder instincts spin out of control. Now, I'm going to put this here because I'm thinking, this represents, of course, the goblets, the cups, represent drinks, and 9 is quite a lot. Maybe not, depending on what you're drinking, of course, but 9 is a lot, so just beware when drinking, perhaps, or when you're out in social situations. I know from experience that when I get very outgoing, very, into a social relationship, I can often take things a little too far. So maybe that's even what the wolf is representing. Not taking things too far, just, letting loose a little too much and being a bit looser with my tongue and saying things that I think are hilarious but really aren't. So maybe that's just me, but maybe that's you as well. So just beware in your social relationship, or even this might even go here, and we might be, we're speaking of this deceptive person, and maybe there's a person that, when things get a bit rough, you sort of go back to them. No, this wolf is looking you in the eyes and saying no. That's not good. So, anyway, I hope that your September reading was all you hoped it would be, and I will see you again for the month of October.